Respected viewers, audiences, participants, distinguished ladies, it is with great pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the Young Muslim Women's Summit organized by Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum. Before we kick off the Power of Young Women in Media Industry session, I would like to introduce myself. I'm an internationally working fashion model for 20 years. I have my own TV show on one of the biggest national TV stations called Star TV. My show is called Fashion with Tülin Şahin. It's aired every Sunday. This summit will also be aired. We're right now filming, in fact, backstage. I'm face of Turkey, and I'm also a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. It is a privilege and a great honor for me to be here tonight. Communication is extremely important for women's development, and mass media play a significant role. In this context, media has an important role to play, create awakening in women to achieve their potential as the prime movers of change in society. Today, women around the world are creating social change, the power of the media. And today we are with the strong and inspiring women who are making this change, Ginella Massa, Ala Hamdan, and Farah Jasmine. I hope I pronounced your names correctly. Without further delay, I would like to proceed to the first part of today's program by listening to the speeches and insights of our valuable guests. Firstly, I would like to give the floor to Ginella Massa. Her career has involved many firsts. In 2015, she was believed to be the first TV news reporter in North America to wear a hijab on air as a video journalist. The next year, she became the first Muslim woman in hijab to ever anchor a major newscast in Canada. She is currently making her own show. The floor is all yours, Ginella. Ben duyamıyorum onları.
I was muted. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I guess you just want me to introduce myself and say a little bit about my journey. So I am currently in Toronto, Canada, where it's lunchtime. It's about 12 noon. It's a beautiful day here in Toronto. Of course, things are a little bit difficult because we're under some lockdown restrictions with the pandemic. We just got some news today that we're going to be going into lockdown for another month. So the pandemic has been trying and challenging for us. And, you know, me working in media, a big part of my job is to be able to communicate this information during this very hectic time with COVID-19. I'll share a little bit about my journey, and that is that, you know, I've been working as a journalist for over 10 years, both behind the scenes and on air in local news and national news. And, you know, Toronto is a very, very multicultural city, one of the most diverse cities in the world. So growing up wearing the hijab, it actually wasn't unusual for people to see Muslims and to understand a little bit about us. And you know, I wasn't so much of a foreigner. But when I entered the media industry, I realized that the newsrooms didn't look like the city that I grew up in. The people who were, you know, on air, who were making decisions, working as producers, it wasn't reflective of the diverse city that I was living in and that we were reporting on. And so, you know, for me, that was kind of eye-opening. It was really the first time that I felt very foreign, that I felt like an other, I felt like an outsider in this industry. But I also saw that as part of the reason that I needed to be there. I needed to be in those rooms, be a part of those conversations, especially when there were a lot of stories about Muslims, about Islam in the media that weren't including Muslim voices. It was our stories being told by other people through the lens of other people. And so I thought it was really important to see more diversity in the media, not just by Muslims, but by other minority groups as well. So, you know, the thing about Canada is we have laws against discrimination. So no one ever told me to my face, you won't be hired. We're not going to put you on TV because of your hijab, because legally they're not allowed to do that. We have laws against discrimination for religion, race, gender, etc. And so, you know, in Canada, the racism can be a little bit more polite or hidden. And so that was a lot of what I was dealing with, and having to kind of be the one to bring up the conversation with the manager and say, I know no one in hijab has ever been on TV. I know you might be concerned or worried. Let's talk about what this means, and being able to kind of help them overcome their stereotypes or misunderstandings about Islam or Muslim women or women who wear hijab, and the limitations that it might pose on our job, which really there weren't any. And so, yeah, a lot of perseverance. Eventually, I got hired at a small local station outside of Toronto as a reporter on my first on-air job. It was very scary and very exciting at the same time, not knowing how the audience was going to respond to me, how they were going to receive me. Alhamdulillah, the response was mostly positive. Most people were able to see me as a journalist and judge me for my work as opposed to what I was wearing. Of course, there were, some negative reactions online mostly, and mostly from people who never actually watched my work, read anything I had done, just seeing my picture and feeling offended by it. And I realized that problem is theirs. It's their problem and it's not mine. I'm going to continue working as hard as I can and doing the best job that I can as a journalist. So I'm really excited that I recently was hired for a new show on the Canadian Public Broadcaster. It's called Canada Tonight, and I'm hosting it. And it's a first for Canada to have a national anchor in hijab, and actually a first for North America. So I'll leave it there, and I'll let the other panelists join in. Thank you.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you so much for your inspiring speech and insights. I would like now to give the floor to Ala Hamdan. She's an award-winning filmmaker. She has received awards on national and international levels for her short films, advertisements. Ala Hamdan is breaking barriers and stereotypes as an award-winning female Muslim filmmaker who also wears hijab. Hi, Ala. Ala yok. Ala yok.
Your microphone is off.
Ala, you're muted.
Oh my God, you've been smiling. I'm like, what is funny? Everybody was like, wait, what? I was like, is there something in my teeth?
I'm smiling, looking for you. Hello, Ala. You heard what I
Yes.
introduced you, right?
Yes. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Right. Welcome
Yeah,
back.
I'm glad I made you all smile, and I'm really, really excited to be here among these beautiful women on this virtual stage. Yet it feels so close and so real to all of you, ladies. And so basically, I have a presentation, if you don't mind, like few pictures that I want to show you. Let me share a screen. Is that okay, Tulin?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. I think I am a host. Do you have, okay, start sharing. All right. Okay. Please tell me when you start sharing. Do you see that logo at Films in the middle? Is this what you see? I don't want you guys to see my WhatsApp, so please tell me what you see. Okay, awesome. All right. I had this issue where I was presenting my social media private conversation to this job proposal. All right. So again, my name is Ala Hamdan. I'm Palestinian. I'm Jordanian. I'm American as well, but I'm based in Jordan. I have a production company at Films. My husband and I, we co-founded it, and since then, I've been telling stories of women. Actually, I started before, and this is what inspired me to start the production company. I felt the need to tell stories, and I always say, if we don't tell our own narrative and our own stories, who will? And if we always feel that we are misrepresented, and yet we don't take action about that, like, who will tell our stories? I mean, I'm not anti-men, of course. I'm married to one. I'm married to a really good man, but I do believe that we are the only ones that can actually tell the most accurate stories about women, what they go through, and all the inspiring stories that they go through. So I want to take you through a video, but I'm guessing that a lot of you don't speak Arabic. So I don't want you to be tortured for 1 minute of a language that you don't understand. But I will tell you this quick, it's try to enjoy the visuals because it's mostly visuals. It's 1 minute video, so should I play it? Yes, voting, yes, no?
Yes.
So it's visuals. Let's see. Let's see. I can play it, right? There we go.
بيتك كتير حلو، تتهني انت وعريسك. انت يرضى عليكي زوجك ما ترفعي صوتك عليه، بس حاضر تكوني مش فهمتيه، يعني مثلي يعني جنيتي انت؟ بنتي شو بتحكي انت؟ بدك تشكي علينا وتفضحينا؟ عيب، اسكتي الأول. يعمل هيك ساكتة؟ طيب ولادك مش حرام؟ لازم تحكي لحد، ضروري تشتكي. هذا نصيبك، مش أحسن ما تعرف عليكي. زوجك ما تنفع صوتك. مش أنا صحت حبيبتي، معلش، أكيد جنيتي أنت. بنتي شو بتحكي أنت؟ مش فاهمة. بدك تشكي علينا؟ عيب، اسكتي الأول.
إيناس
انتي ماما بس يروح من شغله يلبسي لك اشي حلو، يتعطري وشوية مكياج، بيبطل يعصب عليكي. حبيبتي انتي دللي جوزك بدللك.
So this is, it's been like 3 years maybe since I made this video, and it's truly very emotional for me. So basically, present. So this video is like a minute long, but it got around 5 million views, and it tells the reason why women do not go to the police, do not ask for help when they are being abused at home, whether it's emotionally or verbally or physically, whatever it is. And the reason I decided to do the video is so simple. I went into the UN website, UN Women, trying to search for numbers, facts, statistics, how many women do not report to the police. And I found, it was a really shock for me, and really shocking, that the Middle East area was grayed out for not having enough numbers to consider a base, like a study. So I'm like, what? We have all this technology, we have Dubai, Jordan is considered really good with technology, Lebanon, and still we're grayed out. And there's some countries that are considered like really behind in technology. They have more numbers because they have more humanitarian organizations working there. But what I realized after going through more research is that we have the culture of shame, which makes women don't want to share her abuse story so she wouldn't be blamed for it. And this story got 5 million views. So many people were with it, and not surprisingly, so many people were against sharing this, because basically they believe that, oh, you're asking women to be rebellious. You're asking women, to speak up. I'm like, exactly. I'm not gonna apologize for that. This is exactly what I'm asking women to do. And what's also very emotional for me, that one of the speakers, the voiceover, the ladies, was abused, actually, I would say tortured, by her husband. He would literally push her out of the car when he would be driving, and she would go to the hospital and come back again. It's like, oh, it's gonna be good next time. Next time he's not going to beat me, for like 5 times. And then she decided, of course, to leave him, because this is what you do to a killer, basically. And she wanted to be part of this video. She's like, I can't show my face, but I want people to hear my voice. And so it's very personal for me, that it's more just a camera rolling on some scenes. I'm a co-writer of a book called Muslims of the World. It's in English, yay, so you guys can't read it. I love when I create content that is, international, more people can be part of it. This book took us 2 years of work. We traveled over 12, 13 countries, trying to get Muslims from different nationalities. We were in Turkey, Morocco, Egypt, USA, Canada, what else? South Africa, Niger. So we got to different countries, Thailand. The stories that we tell in this book are very inspiring. I will tell you now a few stories. I'm so sorry that some stories, to be inspiring, they have to go through hell. So basically they're like very sad, and then they're very inspiring, because this is where you bring your inspiration from. We want to show that women do go through hardships, but they also stand firm and they come back stronger. And this is when we say women raise families, it's not just, being sweet or being emotional or being warm. No, it's also about being strong, standing firm for what you believe in, and standing for your rights and your family's rights. So this book is on Amazon, and in 2018 it was on Amazon best-selling books. And this was like, we had a party before COVID. So let me go to the next line. If it bleeds, it leads. As a filmmaker, this is unfortunately one of the main titles that filmmaking industry go by, that the more painful, hurtful, teary the story is, the better. So I needed to go by this story, but at the same time, I did not want it to end as a sad story. I always wanted it to end in a positive note. So let me tell you about this story. So do you see this woman behind the curtains? No, nobody does. We don't know who she is yet. This was in a refugee camp. She's Syrian, between Syria and Turkey. We went there and we slept literally like in those houses where they have no doors, basically barely windows, for a week, because I wanted to feel how they live before I actually take a picture of them, then go to my 5-star hotel. No, I wanted to be to kind of feel what they're going through. So she had a knee injury, actually in her thigh, because of the war. So I was with the doctor, and we wanted to go and check on her. And when we were there, he was a male, so he asked me to be with him, so he could, she would feel more comfortable because she's a female. And then she told us this: because she's a female, when she got injured in her thigh, her dad did not want her to get any male doctors, help from any male doctor, and she lost the ability to walk normally on that leg, just because there was no female doctors. Like, so you fight women, you don't want them to go to schools, but then when they go, when you go, they go, you fight them, then you need them. You needed them in the medical field. And this is the reason a girl cannot walk now. So finally her dad gave up and he asked for help, but it was a bit too late. So this woman basically, because of old traditions, because of beliefs that some of us were raised by, she lost the right to walk, literally, as simple as that. This story, wow, this story is amazing. So this, Alia, she had a breast cancer. And when she realized she was pregnant, and basically her in-laws kind of forced her to act like she has nothing by wearing fake hair, putting fake eyelashes, fake eyebrows, acting like she has no cancer. She used to go to appointments on herself, trying to get all the medications she needs when she was pregnant, and she's doing masters, and she needed to act like nothing was wrong. And her husband was not supportive. And I had to take this part out of my story, but now I can't say it out loudly because I'll tell you why. So, so basically she was almost going to get divorced because she's not a female enough. And, it breaks my heart. But later on, she was able to, get treatment, and she's okay. She did not want me to share her story for with all the details for 3 years, until I shared a voice story on my Instagram, and she got maybe, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of views. And then she texted me, she's like, Ala, thank you for sharing this. Now I have the strength to speak up of what happened to me, to tell my story, to say that people were ashamed of me because I was not a woman enough for them. And I'm like, if this simple story changed your life, and she's like, you know what? Tag me. And I'm like, yay, yes. And I start tagging her. People started texting her and calling her. And I'm like, this is why I'm a storyteller. This is why I'm a filmmaker, because I can see literally lives changing through one picture or one imagery. This lady also, she was married young, and I always fight against that in a lot of conferences, and I go to different projects and I work with humanitarian organizations about marrying young girls like 13 and 12. So she was married really young, and when she was pregnant with her son, which seems like her brother here because she's only like, I don't know, 23 in this picture, she was kicked out of her home because she screamed at her husband. So she was kicked out in the rain. She stayed out for 12 hours on the stairs, crying, cold. Her parents told her, nope, we don't take in divorced women. And we kind of all hear that. It's whether with us or with our friends. This is not shocking. And this is what's sad about it, that it's not shocking. So her parents told her, no, you can't come in. And until she gave birth, she took control of her life, and she went and got divorced on her own from the court. And she's like, I've been living my best life then. And it's not about getting divorced at all. Again, I'm happily married, and I wish every woman that is married or wants to be married feels safe with her husband the way I do. But again, if you don't, you have to know that you have to right to leave and defend yourself. So I don't know. Did I speak a lot? Do I have time? It's okay. Tell me.
Your stories are amazing.
Thank you. Sarah, her story also, she can't see, she lost sight, but she started an application to help people volunteer to read books so other people can hear it. And it's not just the audiobooks, it's books from school where nobody reads it unless they have to. So basically they volunteer to read it, record their voice, and upload it on her app. I can't talk about it now because she changed her app and she's releasing a new one. So until it's released, you can't download it. I'm going to jump here as well. These young women I met at refugee camp as well. And I would always think, where would they be now? Where would they be in 5 years? Where would they be in 10 years? And measuring of how all of us here are working hard to give justice and safety and space to other women the way we do have it at some extent, is how much their lives would be better. It's how much they would grow into a healthier society. I always think of where they at. And I took this picture and I gave it to all of them. It's the only picture they have of themselves. And I thought that hopefully, inshallah, one day, inshallah, they would come to me, find me somehow, and tell me, I do this job, I have this family, I went to school. These are the stories I want to hear in 20 years and 10 years. I don't care. Even if I was like on bed of dying at age 90, I want to feel that one day I crossed paths by these ladies and one of them told me, oh, thank you, I did go to school, or thank you, I did speak up when I had to. Because eventually, I would say we are privileged. A lot of us. I say we, but of course, I can't talk for everyone here. But a lot of us are just privileged to be able to enter this conference and have the liberty to open the internet and listen to these stories, while others can't even do that. So I hope that we use this liberty and this privilege and this space to include more women in our lives, more women that don't have a support system the way we do. So basically, this is right now we are working in another project with the UN. It's a series. It's about sex education. Whoop. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Honestly, it's like 14 episodes on sex education for females. When I'm writing the episodes, I'm like, oh, we have to delete that, censored, delete, censored. But we're trying to get Arab women, Muslim young women to know what they can do, what they cannot do, what's their right, all the details that sometimes are taken from them. and therefore they live in darkness when it comes to their bodies, when it comes to taking care of their emotions and their physical health. Yeah, join me on my Instagram. I tell a lot of stories when when I miss any story, even if it's 10 years old, I just go in there and I share a story. Yes, thank you so much for listening to me. And I hope I didn't take a lot of your time. And sorry, I saw some tears. Sorry.
Thank you, Ala, for the amazing and comprehensive speech. I don't speak Arabic, but I can say shukran.
And also, thank you so much, Ihsan, for inviting Ben Alouche, for inviting me. She was with me in one of the refugee camps. And again, women support women. We always, women fix each other's problems. So thank you so much.
That's definitely true. Normally, I would have Farah, but I get the message that she's not ready yet. So I will go to questions.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Is she there?
Farah, I'm Farah. Hi.
Farah, okay, you're. Oh, okay,
I'm sorry,
Farah.
guys. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It was not about being late, but I'm dizzy because I have vertigo. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
to be honest, so I'm like, oh, I cannot really stand.
okay.
Hope everyone is good and in good health. But I'm here. I will try to keep safe and speak. I'm here.
Okay, welcome, Farah. Farah Jasmine, she's a TV presenter, journalist, influencer, and an actress. She has a successful career followed by millions of people. The floor is all yours, Farah.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor, guys, to be here today with you, to take part in this event. And I want to congratulate you really for the amazing job you do. I feel that this year and last year was actually a positive thing, because now every event and everything is online, and it's nice because we can meet many people. And tonight, for example, we're talking and I'm seeing many people from all around the world. So hi to all my colleagues and all to beautiful ladies here tonight with us. Okay, so as you mentioned, my name is Farah Yasmin. I'm a journalist, TV presenter, and TV producer as well. I'm Algerian. Okay, this journey started 10 years ago when I was at the university. And I was studying journalism, and I joined the newspaper. It was such a nice journey, honestly. 10 years. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, guys, I feel it was 25 years, because when you do many things at the same moment. So I started doing newspaper, and a few months later I joined TV, and I had the most followed TV show, musical TV show, entertainment TV show in my country at that time, 10 years ago. And I was just like, a beginner. A few months later, I joined the national radio, and I was there every day, every morning, 3 hours live, and talking about many topics, about actuality, about music, about youth, etc. So all my career is based, let's say, around young people, let's say. Yeah. So TV, radio. Later on, I became what we call influencer. And honestly, I really don't like this word. I cannot say I am an influencer having 2.4 million on Instagram and million of views on YouTube or TV. Doesn't make you necessarily influencer. I guess the word influencer is bigger than that. Now, everyone on social media is called influencer. Everyone, whether you speak about makeup, whether you speak about whatever it is, they call you influencer. Now, for us, as media professionals, as journalists, I think we are more opinion leaders than influencers. And at the same time, we are the very first influencers. If we talk about history, the journalist has always been an opinion leader. Tell me, what do you think about it later, girls? So I think it's more a responsibility than anything else. When I saw for my case, when I saw my numbers growing day by day and year by year, I was like, okay, Farah, now you have a big responsibility. I grew up in a Muslim Arab country, Amazigh Arab, North African. It's a huge mix, by the way, in such a country called Algeria. Ihsan is here with us, I guess. Morocco, actually, Arab countries. Our societies are not really easy to deal with when you are a young woman on media, when you are a young woman doing different things, let's say different things, because I chose and I selected to be doing entertainment shows. Why entertainment? Why I am a journalist? I could do news. I feel when you are speaking directly to young people and when your audience is young and they are just here to relax and to have fun, sometimes you can talk about other topics. I mean, topics that they were not expecting when they came first watching your show. So, hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Farah.
Okay, because there was a noise. Okay, I thought someone was talking. So yeah, for my case, I chose entertainment shows and I chose social media as well. It's a mix to hello. Do you hear me?
You can proceed. Yeah, our participants is.
Okay, I'm like, okay, what's wrong? So yeah, I was talking about youth when they are following you. I think it's easier now with social media because, of course, it's a new media. I think it's easier to talk about interesting topics and try to promote many ideas and to help our society. For my case, I am the National Blood Ambassador in Algeria. I speak a lot about positive topics, about hope, tolerance. We do need tolerance in our societies. So even in my show, I created a talk show 3 years ago called On the Web with Farah Yasmin. And the talk show is really all about bullying. It's all about social media, how social media is strong nowadays, but it's all about negative sides of social media. How do people misuse social media? How do young people insult others? How do they just try to have fake accounts to bully other people? And it's really a very serious topic. Many people are just inviting everyone on social media, even us as media professionals, even TV stations, radio stations, press. Everyone is now on social media, is on web, and everyone is like, "Hi guys, follow us, watch this, swipe up, click on that link." But no one is actually saying to these young people around us, and oh guys, this is how we should be, this is how we should do, especially we are Muslim. This is absolutely wrong to insult people on social media and to play the, just to judge people. That's why I created that show. Actually, when I see now, after 2 seasons, we had 35 million organic views on that show. It was all about that topic and trying to say, hi people, please try to change your behavior, try to be more tolerant. We don't have to all be here and have the same color, the same outfit, the same religion, the same whatever it is to be nice. Being different doesn't make you wrong and doesn't make me right, and vice versa. So this is the idea. I think I don't know how to say it because now I'm thinking in French, honestly. Honestly, I'm thinking in Arabic and in French. But the main idea is now many people say, and all studies are giving numbers, and they're saying like women are more present on social media than men. I'm not in that conflict. Oh, guys, men, women, men. No, we are all in one society. We need men, we need women to work together and to be stronger together and to have a good influence on the mass audience. But the thing is, when you see that women are more present on social media and even on media, because for me, media and social media now in 2021 is one. is one. Because with social media, as a media professional, for example, I see there is no filter. There is no filter with our audience. Okay, there is the face filter we can use on Snapchat and on Instagram stories, but the main idea is you can talk directly to people, you can talk directly to your audience. And when you see our number, like women, we are more present on social media. I think this is a power we do have, but many people are just like, I don't know how to say it, but they are not okay. I am in media, so my strength is on TV, is on radio, is on newspaper. Social media is a very, very powerful tool, I think. And I just saw one of my colleagues now talking about a very beautiful project she did in Jordan, I guess. And it's amazing. It's amazing. We can do many things, and I guess everyone here present tonight, I'm so sorry guys, because I was not here from the beginning, but I'm sure every one of us, whether she is in a Muslim Arab country or wherever on this planet, I'm sure every one of us has a mission, and every one of us is trying to give that beautiful image and to reflect the beautiful image of a Muslim woman present on social media, whether she wears hijab or not. Honestly, when Ihsan bin Aloush told me about this event, I was like, it's really nice, but can I be part of it? I'm not wearing hijab, but because whenever we hear something about Islam, it's like, oh no, you don't wear hijab, don't talk about Muslims and about Islam on social media. That's sad. So tonight, when I see such beautiful faces and such beautiful ladies talking about beautiful impact they are doing all around them, I'm so proud to be part of this community, and so proud to be here tonight with you guys.
Thank you, Farah Jasmine, for the valuable and productive speech.
Thank you.
So I will go to the questions now. My first question is to Ginella. You first appeared on TV 6 years ago with hijab. I have read that you get negative reactions as well as supporters. What has changed in the reactions during this time? However, how difficult is it to be in the media as a Muslim woman, while it's already difficult to be in the media as a woman?
Yes, thanks for the question, and good point. And first of all, thank you, Farah and Allah, for sharing your stories. And you're absolutely right, Farah, that there is room for all different types of Muslim women, and we should celebrate each other no matter what we choose to wear or how we choose to present our faith. And it's interesting what you say about being a woman in media, period, is a problem. And I'm sure Farah is nodding because she, as an influencer, and I use that in quotes, as someone who's on social media, when you expose yourself to the world, people think that they are entitled to have an opinion about you, how you look, how you dress. And, it's something that our male counterparts don't deal with. So yes, I get tweets and messages about my hijab, but I also get messages about my makeup, about my nail polish, about my shoes, my clothes, and so especially in a Western society, you can't win, because I would get messages saying I'm too covered up. This is Canada, this is the West, this is backwards, and you have to be modern now. And then even women who are not Muslim or who are Muslim and don't wear hijab, they would get messages saying their clothes is too revealing, they're wearing too much makeup, they're too, don't smile so much, you're not a serious journalist. So it seems like you can't win, because whatever we do, especially as women, there's so much focus on policing our appearance, on people thinking that they're entitled to comment on our bodies, on what we choose to wear, how we choose to dress, how we choose to present ourselves, cover or not cover, wear makeup, not wear makeup, all of these things. When you're in the public, there's so much scrutiny around our appearance. And so, and there's pressure. If I'm on national TV, I want to be presentable. I want to show that Muslim women, can be stylish. Being modest doesn't mean being frumpy or boring or, drab. And so I like colors, I like fashion, I like all of these things. And so I have to try to find that balance, because I know I'm never going to please everyone. Someone's always going to have an opinion about what I'm wearing. So I have to be confident in myself and be able to present myself in a way that I feel good, no matter who has an opinion, good, bad, or the other. So that's kind of how I deal with it, in the sense that it's my body, my choice. As I said before, you know, people have a problem with me wearing hijab. That's their problem, not mine. I'm here to present the news as a journalist. So I want you to judge me on my work. I want you to judge me on what I have to say, how I'm presenting the stories. And so if they have criticisms or comments on that, I'm happy to entertain it. But if it's about my appearance, those are conversations that I just don't entertain.
Thank you so much, Junella. My next question is for Ala. Do we have Ala there? Ala.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. What is the secret to being successful as a woman in a male-dominant media? What are you doing to change the male-dominated language?
So basically, women filmmakers are a minority in all the world. So, you know, we feel each other's pain. So even in the US, where it's considered like a very advanced field in filmmaking, women are also a minority when it comes to screenwriting, being behind the camera, or being film directors. One woman as a film director could win the Oscars every year. So this is really sad. Or every 10 years, she could be one woman out of 9 out of 10 people, or 10 winners. So basically, I try to include more women in my own team. At least, if I can change that, I can change more. If I start with my own team, the same as we say to build a healthy family is to build a better society. I think about that the same way I build my team. So I try to make the art director a female, director assistant a female. We still don't have a good DOP that are female, but I'm sure if there is, she would be my #1 choice, rather than going to a male just because he can hold the gear better, or we're used to him, or he can stay up late at night. Basically, as I said, women need to give space to women because they understand them the most. So giving more women space in my own team as a film director. And something else is try to shed light on the stories they choose. It's not always what I choose for them. Sometimes I tell them to tell, what do you want people to know about you? How do you want to tell your story? And I follow rather than I create. A lot of times I follow, because you are the storyteller of your own story. I'm just here to document it. But other than that, I feel like study, work hard literally on filmmaking and media, and just be out there, because once you're good, they cannot say no to you. It's like you force yourself into the field. And so many times they would think I'm Ala, and I'm sure a lot of people who speak Arabic would know, like Ala versus Ala. It's a struggle, my life struggle. So when I send my CV or I sell my films, and it's like, oh, directed by Ala Hamna, it's like, oh, he's a good guy. I'm like, until they meet me and they see me on Zoom, I'm like, oh, hello. So, and then I got them, you know, because you like me, wait, you can't run away anymore. You like my work. Before you know, I'm female. So that's, I think my name helped, kinda. I thought it didn't, but it did. So again, when you do good work, you force yourself to be there. And my last step, and I think it's very, very powerful. One of the workers at Facebook once said on her TED Talk that women wait until they are ready, all set, their plans are perfectly done, and they go into the interview, or they go to and submit this proposal. It has to be perfect, or they don't. While men have the more courage to go with their imperfections into this interview or into this job. Why is that? Because women don't like to fail. Because if you fail, it's like, see, we told you that staying, you know, taking care of your kids is better than for you. See, we told you. Jesus don't like women in this field. Like, why do you try so hard? So many we told you so that women become scared of actually fighting for that what they want, because they have zero space to fail. While men, oh, it's okay, man. You can do it again and again and again and again. We'll bear for you. So again, you don't have to be prepared 100%. Just go for it. And you don't get it, go again and again until you do. So that's my tip. Thank you.
Thank you, Ella. My question now is for Farah. Farah, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
How would you define a woman of influence? Do you consider yourself one? And if yes, what do you hope to achieve with this influence? That's my question. Sorry.
Actually, it's a very interesting question. I don't know. I don't know if I do have influence, but when I see people who are following me talking about how I could once change their vision, how I could change their lives, and when I meet those families and those mothers and fathers who are saying, my girl is dreaming now because of you, because guys, I was born and I grew up in, as you know, a Middle Eastern country where everything is more difficult to achieve and to do for girls, unfortunately. So I do receive like thousands and thousands of messages now since years from girls telling me, Farah, I do have a dream, but I don't have the right to talk about it at home. For them, I just have to study and wait till I get married, then khalas, done. This is my life. So this is what I deal with on my social media for years now. That kind of messages it pushes me actually to talk more about it. I'm not feminist, honestly. On my social media, I'm all the time saying it. It's not about female, it's not about girls, it's about society. I never say, you girls do this and do that, or you boys. No, I always say, you, the person, wherever you are, whoever you are. If you are watching this, for example, believe in your dreams, but make them goals, work for it, believe, write your own story. I love what Ala just said. You said, is it you or no, it was not Ala, it was our friend before. Yeah, I think you said you have to write your own story, something like this. And I totally agree, because this is what I'm talking about all the time. That's why now I feel becoming more an influencer with time than just an opinion leader as a journalist, because now I'm dealing with people dreams, with teenager dreams, with women saying, sometimes I do cry when I receive people messages saying, listen, I stopped school, I had children, I got divorced, and now you gave me this power and this faith that I can do it again, that I can come back to school and do my own small business, and maybe just others just say, maybe I will start to write, maybe I will start to do this and that. And I guess now we do need role models in our societies. And once again, I'm speaking about our societies, Muslim societies, where unfortunately it is there is a misunderstanding of freedom in many small topics and small details. So for my region, for example, it's all about guys. It's a, do we say in English masculine word? Masculine, yeah. Yeah, because I'm thinking in another language. So it's all about guys, men. So now when I see people saying, Farah Yasmin, the most followed, because I am the most followed media professional journalist in my country, I'm like, okay, it is. I'm here. God put me here, subhanallah. He put me here for some reason. And this reason may be to send and spread positivity, hope, and tolerance. And hope is very, very, very important in our societies. So yeah, if you will ask this question to my audience or people in the street, I feel like 90% of them will say she is an influencer. So inshallah, I will always do my best to be a positive influencer, talking about serious topics and pushing people who are following me wherever they are on this planet to be a better version of themselves. Yes.
Thank you, Farah. So inspiring.
Thank you.
Before concluding, I would like to thank our honorable guests for their outstanding speeches and for being with us. And special thanks to ICYF for organizing such a beautiful organization and for including me. I feel very proud and honored to be here, to have been with so inspiring women. And I feel proud to be one of the few Muslim models in the world. So thank you so much. Continue your beautiful stories. Keep inspiring. Thank you for joining us from Turkey. Last reminder, dear participants, please be informed that today we will have 2 more sessions. So see you there. Thank you very much for joining us and best wishes to all of you. Love from Turkey.